everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Ideally, though.
Ideally, though.
I'm your host, Erika, and with me is my hubby, my bestie, my butterbeer squad.
Yeah, what up?
You guys survived another week.
Yes.
We did too.
Yes.
It's starting to get a little bit hot over here.
Yeah, it's
West
been
Coast
nice.
wise.
It's been nice. My allergies are subsiding a little bit, especially because after you got me like my medicine.
Yeah.
But like also, it's just been subsiding for me overall, which is nice. It's like early springtime. It hits me really, really hard, and then like mid to later on, I'm okay usually. So I'm feeling a lot better, which is nice.
I've never dealt with allergies. Like I've had cousins who dealt with like allergies or year round, runny ass noses, and I'm like, that don't sound like nothing.
That shit is unpleasant.
That I want to deal with.
That shit is unpleasant as fuck, yo. Unpleasant as fuck.
So I'm assuming it's the sneezing.
Yeah, I get. So I mean, it varies with everybody. For me in particular, I get maybe a good sneeze or fit every now and again, or like a running nose every now and again.
Okay.
And that will like lead to like a headache if it's not taken care of, which sucks.
I was working with someone and her allergies, it was so bad where her throat did not hurt, but she could not talk really. And I was like, God damn.
Yeah, there's a few. I know some people like that who are like their throat hurts or they can't talk, or it's like their breathing is really, really bad. Like they don't have asthma, but they know at least what an asthma attack feels like because of their allergies.
Jeez Louise.
So yeah, like allergies can be really fucking awful, and mine were at one point. I feel a lot better now due to this like growing up and shit, but the medicine lately has helped a lot.
You know what I went down a rabbit hole with?
Oh.
Just randomly.
What's that?
Okay, so the band had just popped in my head. Remember Bad Boy when they did Making the Band?
Oh my God, yeah.
I went down a rabbit hole watching a couple episodes this week, and then
of the band's Bad Boy episode.
Yeah,
really?
Remember like Chopper, Frederick, Sarah,
Babs, and all that.
Yeah, that was my first interaction with reality TV. So I just was like, oh my God, I was infatuated with Making the Band. Making the Band, they had Making the Band all the way up until like season 4 or something like that. Like, remember Danny Kane and all them? But the band, I knew every song on that album.
That's hilarious.
So I was like, a bitch ain't got it. Let me go ahead and download it from iTunes.
No.
And I've just been playing it. I said, it still sound good.
You know what's really funny is I just watched like a podcast with DJ Academics, and he had Ines on there.
Oh wow! Yeah. What is he doing in his life?
He's still like battle rapping and shit.
He was like a battle rapper.
Yeah, he came out of that. Yeah. He talked about a bunch about like the Diddy stuff, the Diddy Do It stuff. He talked a bunch about.
I feel like they wouldn't really know a lot.
I'll say this. He respectfully spoke to what he knew about Diddy, personality wise, and like how they were treated and things.
Yeah.
And he said if that like coincides with a bunch of the shit that like is happening now that comes out in the news, you could take that as you may. So like he did say his side of the story about his personal experience, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think he I don't think he put any real true I'd say stamp of like justification, or not justification, or saying like, yeah, this definitely was like that type of nigga. He was like, he was nasty. These are some of the nasty things I've seen. So hey, there you go.
I know what like with Farnsworth Bentley. I always wonder if he ever had to like.
Oh my God!
One of the video vixens said she caught Farnsworth and Diddy in the bed one time, but I don't know.
I did hear that. You're right. You're jogging a memory of mine now.
I always thought it was just he was getting abused verbally. That's what I always thought.
Could have been all of them. All these things can be correct and at the same time, which is really gross. Ew.
I really hope not. But you know what? When we think about what Bad Boy has done for like the culture, it sucks when you forget the B5s, the Day 26, the band, and you remember
O-Town or some shit like that.
Dream, O-Town.
Yeah.
You remember Danny Kane.
Where?
But we don't remember those, and they were really good like bands. They were really good groups. I don't understand why they never got their recognition. Even when he did like the 25-year anniversary, a lot of them weren't invited to the tour. And I was just like, come on, y'all. Like, we loved B5.
That's so funny.
We loved the band. I did. I loved the band.
I bet Abuse
Day 26
was running through all those years rampant, and we just never really paid attention to it because the music was really fire. Because I mean, for the time being, their little like splashes in the pan, if you will, their little flashes and whatever in the pan they stood on some shit. They were pretty decent for
and
what they
it was
were.
like one album and done.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That little flash in the pan, they were really something.
It was. I always thought too. After probably like season 2, where we were ending the Van saga, and then they were going into like Danny Kane Day 26.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd rather just take my chances on my own. This fool will make a lot of money off of you, and you will just have a name that maybe people will remember.
I feel like shortly after the band where like those jokes started to like rise about Diddy, like, yo, you really shouldn't even sign on to Bad Boy because
it's a joke. Because we think about Mary J. Blige, Little Kim,
really
112, and we're like, oh, he makes stars.
Yeah.
Biggie, right, the biggest artist. But then it's like, yeah, that was in the 90s, but they did. And I don't know, I think people should pay attention to like, oh, you know, they got bigger after they left.
Yeah.
So I think you have to like get on that train, like hop the train once you're really big, and then try to find somebody else.
Yeah.
So
read your contract first.
Read the contract, fine print. But I think he was banking on people not really paying attention.
Oh yeah, they always are.
Not having lawyers around.
They definitely always are. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I didn't talk about earlier in the month that came out? You know, we've talked about for months the whole Jonathon Majors thing, and he was found guilty of the domestic assault. But he has now avoided jail time. He only has to do probation, and he has to do like 52 hours of like this intervention behavior program or something like that.
Anger management type shit.
Yeah, and then he has to continue like his mental health therapy.
So, question: nobody's giving her anything at all, because he was clearly in all those videos running away and trying to de-escalate the situation as a whole.
You mean giving her like some slack, or I mean like
is she getting anything at all? Any charges? Anything? Because
she was
like
I know of
an accomplice in all this too. He wouldn't have half the charges if it wasn't for her chasing.
He a big black gorilla looking nigga.
That's basically
problem.
The point I was getting to. Is that it just feels very unfair and underhanded. Like I did mention that they was gonna give him something. Or they going to either throw the book at him completely and really make an example of him.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't.
I'm glad they didn't. First off, glad. But then secondly, it's like them still doing all this stuff and there's still no consequence for her. Feels very, very unfair, because like none of this would be the accord if this, that, and the other was a thing.
What is that saying? Like, it's more the things change, the more they stay the same?
Exactly.
So, I mean, I was happy. I don't care what no one thinks. I was happy that he got probation, because there's people who've done more and have not even been charged for anything. But because they see the color of his skin, they see how big he looks. When they look at black men, they look at these big ass gorillas, King Kong looking ass motherfuckers, and they think that you guys are threats.
Now, with endorsements and things all gone, my question to you is, well, they won't be the same.
It won't be the same. But if he just stays quiet, bunkers down, does what he has to do, and builds that rapport back up, because he has Megan Good to fall back on, whether it's a bid or not, or whether it's for play or whatever. She's part of the Lori Harvey experience. I think he can get things back. Okay. I think they're going to have to eat crow a little bit and be like, bro, we just didn't want to be part of your mess, but we're happy to bring you back since you're good. I think he's going to come back. I think he has to pick and choose now, because it's Hollywood. They'll throw you away as fast as they'll make you a star. So I think he has to choose who he really wants to affiliate with and what movies he really wants to make.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought. I think it's going to be definitely a climb back for him in particular, because I don't think these people out here are going to really play with that type of public behavior. Like, it's court documented type shit now. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, there's still yet to this day, even after OJ's passing, I mean, we had a bunch of people saying good riddance and you're a murderer, he was a murderer, and all this other shit, instead of looking at the legacy that he left behind, that he actually left aside from all the other bullshit.
I think that we've seen in the past, like Bobby Brown getting into things, Chris Brown, if we're naming black men in domestic disputes,
I was getting to that point.
They're gonna. I think he'll be okay.
I don't think it's gonna be that tremendous of a climb where it's not like she didn't come out of this motherfucker with bruises and shit like Rihanna did with the Chris Brown situation, right? But like to the same degree, whatever he was found guilty of for the battery or whatever it was, it's gonna hang on him because it's there.
Yeah, it's gonna hang, and that's why I say bunker down, because society has short memory.
I think no.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. They got short term memory for the things they like and they find hot. But if they don't like it, they'll sit on it, or they'll go back and find it and they'll label it. Because I mean, you can look at any of these other people. Your Chris Brown example is the best example I can use, because he still can't. There is not one comment underneath an Instagram post that isn't about at least some type of abuse.
And that sucks, because we don't ever give Charlie Sheen no shit, and he's been giving people HIV for years.
Man,
and touching on people from the 80s.
Man, let me tell you.
So that's the double standard.
I hate it myself, and I don't agree with any of it. I'm totally on your side in this. I don't think that, but that's where I'm getting at. I don't think it still will be easy. I think those comments are still going to show up under his posts. You can't stop the internet once it's on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think I have hope for him.
I do have hope.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, even with you speaking about O.J. Simpson, last week he died.
Yeah.
And he was 76. I don't know. Do you feel like 76 is a really older age, but you think he could have lived a little bit longer?
You know what? I think it's old now, but we'll revisit that question once like Bernice Burgos gets to that age, because
she's just so good.
Man,
she looks so damn good.
Good God.
But he died of prostate cancer, so that's why his life is cut short.
Yeah.
But when you said like even with Caitlyn Jenner, aka Bruce, saying
good
like
riddance.
Good riddance, I'm like, shut your ass up.
You killed somebody too, and settle out of court.
I'm like, shut your ass up, because he's the only transgender woman I've seen that can still hold on to his white male privilege.
Yeah,
say the things he gets to say, do the things he gets to do. If that man was alive and well, would you say that to his face? Stop playing with me.
That was a fucking bar. This is the bar face.
I'm just saying. Bar. I'm just like, stop saying that shit. Like, he always come out the side of his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce. Your mama call you Bruce. I'm gonna call you Bruce.
Mama named him Bruce. I'm gonna call him Bruce.
And there's no disrespect to him, because I don't even believe. I'm gonna just put it out here. I don't even really believe that he's in the middle of wanting to be a transgender woman to me and still want to be a white male, heterosexual male. That's what I get from Caitlyn Jenner.
You think he's faking the funk?
Yes, I do. Mm-hmm. And I think that he most likely, I don't know if he wants to have his own little side fame.
Is it like a have your cake and eat it too type of situation?
It doesn't make sense. There's so many transgender women who've come out, and there's so much that has happened, and he's not going through the struggles of what other people go through to transition.
Yeah.
It was just so graceful for him. He get to wear his old lady pantsuit and call it a damn day. And when he want to go golfing, he wear his Bruce outfits. Stop it. There's something about Caitlyn Jenner that just be rubbing me the wrong way.
A little more eloquently put is this: he's not a part of the struggle at all, when there's plenty of trans women out here who have struggled, and he's reaping the benefits of when there are wins, plus his own personal benefits because of the white privilege.
There's so many women who've opened doors for him to walk through, and it feels like a little nudge that he did to somebody and walked through the door. That's what it feels to me. I mean, you said you've been wanting to transition, you felt this way for years, but because you're an Olympic gold medalist, yada, 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 whatever. I don't even want to keep talking about Caleb. Because to me, he still has kids. O.J. Simpson still has kids. Mm-hmm. And you could have kept that to yourself. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Feel how you feel, think how you think, whatever. Yeah.
You keep you and your little raggedy wig over there.
If I may, what I think is real funny about this OJ situation, just on a short little tangent for you, is that whenever it comes to like verdicts, society doesn't like. And when I say society, I'll say certain types of society. We'll say leave it at that, so I don't leave it as racial as it will seem, right? But when it's, hey man, that's the law, buddy. You know what I mean? You should follow the law or stop resisting or whatever the case may be. When it's on that end of the spectrum, it's totally okay. But if we really want to be real, publicly speaking, in the public court, he was acquitted. Now he may have been found guilty in the civil court.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't prove he wasn't there. He did not do it.
They had to give us something because it was so close to the Rodney King
thing.
So they had to give us a little bit of nugget, but still make him try to pay out his ass.
But acquittal is acquittal, and I'll leave it as
That's true. That's true. But yeah, Caitlyn Jenner can take her wig and go somewhere, because I was just annoyed with that little
and the pantsuit.
And the old lady told you waited so long and you can't wear nothing cute. But I don't know. I just didn't like that little comment. I understand we all kind of have a feeling about what may happen with Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson. But I mean, like, keep your comment to yourself. He still has kids, and those kids may not believe that he did anything. And you're saying good riddance.
Yeah,
that's not right. Be a little bit empathetic about at least the kids.
Up. Yeah.
Now, he did. The last month was in a hospice care, and he had, I think, 50 family members come and see him.
Oh, that's beautiful.
In his last moments, they all had to sign an NDA. No phones were allowed inside the room. So my thought is either he died with his secret,
or he told everybody. I got that bitch.
Oh God, I hope not. But I think he might have. He either died with his secret. He said, "Y'all not." Or he told them and said, y'all not gonna use what I told y'all and ruin my legacy. Is already tarnishing up. But yeah, that's what happened. Healthcare providers, his kids, they all signed in there. It's 50 people.
Beautiful. That's fucking amazing. I'm just gonna headcanon in my own little brain say exactly that. Like I did kill that bitch. Ugh.
Why are you saying bitch?
Because it was such a passionate anger thing. I'm just saying. That's what OJ said.
You and Caitlyn Jenner need to be in the corner. Watch your goddamn mouth. But no, fuck, now you make me forget what I was going to goddamn say. Oh, they say that he was sometimes at the Diddy parties. So he might have seen some stuff too.
So does OJ perceive to be a person that wouldn't say that word then? Because I'm just...
He probably said the B word, but
that's all I'm getting
we're not going
to... He nasty.
That
seems like the perfect type of situation, in all honesty, to say something like that, especially when there's an NDA invited. Be imaginative a little bit there.
I know. I'm like, either, and no phones were allowed in the room. So it's like, damn, did you finally say, listen, y'all, I got to tell y'all something? Or he just said, whatever I'll tell you, because I might be a little lucid because, he had cancer. You never knew if he was going to be in his right mind or not, probably. That's why he probably said, listen, I need y'all to... He probably told his lawyers, don't let them come up in here, give me all loosey-goosey, and tell my truth. I don't want y'all to tell it. But I think Nicole Simpson's estate is still trying to get the money because he never paid them a dime. He has not paid a dime. So they're trying to get money now that he's gone. As they should. Fair enough. You know what happened? We talked last week about this whole diss with Drake and J. Cole and Kindred, and then what happened? We get the leaked disc from Drake, and he's talking about a whole bunch of people, and it's really kind of, I've seen Rick Ross and him kind of going back and forth for the whole week. Yeah. So what do you think about this whole, because you the hip hop historian, did you end up listening to the leaked track?
Yeah, I did. I listened to the leak one. I like the remastered version better. Of course, they mix it and stuff like that. So this one was actually legitimate.
I heard they took some stuff out the remastered though.
There are some things that are. It's not taken out. It was all just kind of like redone in a way.
Okay.
Like mixed and mastered, essentially. I like them all. I like everything that's happening there. I like Rick Ross and him trolling each other.
He called it BBL nose or something like that.
BBL Drake, BBL nose, White Boy.
White Boy was a lie.
Really crazy. Drake has gone and said that he's hungry, or Rick Ross is angry because he's hungry. He was texting his mom about
I saw that. Yep, I saw the screenshot.
Yeah, it's been very animated and very funny and real beef-like, but there's been some real, legitimate, theories, conspiracy theories that have been going around that have been real interesting to say the least, about these beefs, J. Cole's interactions in all of this, Drake's splits between what he gets at Universal and what other artists underneath him get, and does he have a part of things? Why all these different people, the 20v1 meme essentially, why are they all attacking right now? At this point in time.
Yeah, it's so weird.
And, Joe Budden has gone on his own theories. I've listened to other theories. I've had my own because of knowing just how lucrative and how much money Drake actually does make in certain instances.
He makes a lot.
He's insanely wealthy. It's ridiculous.
I have to say this though, Rick Ross was talking a lot of shit, but like a lot of Rick Ross's hits have Drake on it.
Not a lot. There's only a few. There's only a few
really good ones.
But they're all hits.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
They're all hits.
That's the thing. But it's all referenced in all the songs anyway. Personally, I like Rick Ross's punches a little more. I feel like Drake did more jabs on push-ups. Give me 50.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was a little more jabby. Still perfect to come out with. Rick Ross has got this one from me, but it's spurred so much more on the internet as a whole that has been interesting. We've got Lupe Fiasco, my ultimate favorite rapper of all time, has jumped in here with
why?
Essentially, there's been like just comments about how Kendrick is the boogeyman. He scares every rapper, and then like articles have gone out basically saying like how certain rappers are afraid of people and yada, yada, yada. And Lupe just wanted to comment on it because it got asked at a show, and he was like, he did his Lupe thing, which if you challenge his pen, he gonna get real upset about it.
Oh, and Lupe, sit down.
Lupe is this to me. Lupe is the greatest rapper of all time, but one of the biggest hip hop haters known to me.
Oh yeah, he is. That's why I was like,
giant hip hop hater.
We get it, Lupe.
And I'll say this because I love him to death, but like his consensus of this entire thing, let's just wrap that up real quick about like Drake versus Kendrick, is like Drake is the better rapper, and I can't disagree more. You know what I'm saying? And as an individual who knows that like Lupe is on that, he has his Joe Budden moments where nigga just hate to hate.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like, Lupe,
it's just one of those.
Nobody
like, nigga, shut up, keep rapping and be awesome, but like this, no, let them play. Because you already done this shit before. You've been out here and done beefs before and demolished niggas, like dismantle people. That's why people say that people are scared of you. The only people who could literally go up against Lupe Fiasco, or the only person I would say, is Black Thought of the Roots. Because they're on alien wavelength levels that we don't even think of.
Okay, they're on that level.
Okay?
Gotcha.
So you don't even need to speak on this.
Yeah,
let
please.
Kendrick and Drake, the two of the top big rappers of all time, rap it out now. You go play in the corner.
Did you think it was crazy last week, or it was earlier this week, when all of a sudden 7 Minute Drill is off of J. Cole's album? I said, are we fucking kidding?
If anybody has watched Game of Thrones and watched Cersei get paraded down the streets,
Shame.
Shame.
But no one's saying shame. He's just thinking
fucking embarrassing.
He's thinking in his head, walking down the street by himself, because we were like, keep it on there. Don't apologize. Send 10 toes down, please. It was ridiculous. When I saw that, I said, hands up.
It's in the spirit of hip hop. It's in the spirit of competition and what the fundamentals of rap as a whole. And taking it down is cowardice to me. It is very embarrassing, and it's a scar on his hip hop reputation. I can't consider J. Cole in the big three anymore. I personally can't consider him
because of just him kind of, in a sense, bowing down
the way he did. Yeah. You can rap your way out of this, fine. Go ahead, rap your way out of it. But at least you did the fundamental thing, and that was rap.
Mm-hmm.
And you took the whole rap down. That's that's bigger than the apology for me. That's bigger than the apology.
I was like, okay, apology. And then I was like, what? 7 Minute Drill gonna be off? So I went to my iTunes and I tried to click on it. Bitch was grayed out. I said, Jay, really?
It hurts.
You know what? During this whole time, we had Coachella happen, and then someone who never goes on live over the weekend went on live, Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
And he's giving us a little bit of samples of his last 2 albums that he's dropping. So what do you think about Childish Gambino coming up with his last albums, which I'm excited about?
Okay. You want me to be completely honest with you?
Or has it been too long?
Yeah, he was off my clock for a while now.
He performed with Tyler, the Creator, at Coachella.
I saw that.
And that's the only reason, if I'm being honest, I will go to Coachella, because you got Will Smith, who did the Men in Black with J Balvin or whatever.
That was corny.
I thought that was amazing. And I'm like, should I just go to the last day of Coachella? Because that's when it seemed like it'd be cracking.
I don't really care about Coachella as much, but I do care about some of the artists that go, and so some of the stuff I saw I thought was cool. Some of it I thought was majorly corny and didn't pay attention to. But like overall, for me, I'm not as excited as I thought I would be hearing about his album. The reason is this: like even with a lot of his visual work, he's like Kendrick to me. However, Kendrick has yes. But however, Kendrick has a way of like showing up on features or doing something interesting that'll
keep him relevant,
keep the heartbeat going. Mm-hmm. It's been such a flat line for so long musically, and even more so. Like I mean, I really haven't been into anything of his since Atlanta. Visually speaking,
I know Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I didn't know what I was going to expect. I really liked it. I think he did really good on it.
That's cool. That's cool.
Swarm, he was producing on that. I think directed a little bit of that. That was good. He's been relevant.
But do you see
musically? It's been. Dead.
But you see all of it. I said art as a whole. That's why I said I wasn't even just saying musically, but just so if it's good, then cool. But what I expect from a Childish Gambino record. I want Childish Gambino. What I have grown up to know before of the I want him to really put his bars on the line and really have some growth here, even if it's an experimentation. Like Tyler the Creator, I rap and I sing and I do all this shit. Then do it all, but it's got to be fulfilled because even with that the Untitled album he had and what was the other one with Remember Out, whatever the fuck it is, that blue one.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either. Ooh, Redbone or whatever.
Yeah,
the one that had Redbone.
Didn't like it.
I was like,
thought it was garbage.
It was like This Is America was good. And I liked it. I liked the couple on there, and I was like, I don't really like this album.
But I find myself going back to his older stuff.
To his old
consistently.
Shit. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. So I'm excited because I'm hoping that maybe one day, if he's gonna put out these albums, I can see him in person. So that's what I'm also excited about. I think he can give a good show.
Fair.
But I really want the music to be good so I can be able to enjoy myself if I go see him.
I like it. Okay, I can respect that.
Now, there's so much hip-hop shit going on. Ashanti finally want to tell us that she's pregnant. Girl, we knew. We saw the little baby. You tore all day. We saw that you now only wear oversized shirts with your heels looking cute. But now she's also engaged to Nelly. Oh my God, he proposed.
It's kind of just about time, right?
Oh my God, it's like everybody now, should we spin the block? Nah, motherfucker, this was a rare occasion. This was really rare. We wasn't expecting it. I don't know if we really wanted it, but y'all can't, ladies, don't think y'all gonna be able to spin the block because Ashanti did and it worked out. No, but I just loved him ever since he gave her a hug at that Versus. He been smiling ever since, and he got his woman back.
Even with a knocked out tooth.
Yeah. I would say you better fix that bitch before you think you're gonna be coming over here.
That's great.
I just loved them, and I was just like, oh, finally. I loved them as a couple. So when they broke up for this long time, I was like, it's not gonna ever happen again. Fucking 10 years later, it happens.
Look at Destiny. Look at Fate, huh?
Oh my God, maybe they're each other's person.
Hopefully.
Yeah. You know what? A couple days ago, I think we both was watching The Breakfast Club. And Jerrod Carmichael's on there promoting his new reality show. You know, we've been reviewing it.
Yes.
And he was a little upset and he was a little in his feelings.
Correct.
Because of being Donkey of the Day, because of that slave joke.
Yes.
On the second episode of his reality show when he was talking about his boyfriend.
Yeah. That's right.
So, I mean, for people who don't know, he was saying that his boyfriend reads a lot and it makes him feel intimidated because he reads a lot. And he made a joke that, sometimes I feel like he was playing that my boyfriend is like the slave owner's son and he's teaching me how to read by candlelight. And I thought it was hilarious. And I took it as a joke because I look at his boyfriend and I was like, he's so shy and timid. I would never think that he would be into any kind of slave role play sex thing, and I think people took it out
for more context though. It was cut in between a lot of the stuff that has to do with aggressive BDSM practices, because he was and things of that nature. So the way it was cut made it feel like the slave joke was the punchline, and in which it would still feel like a slavery joke. However, if you gave it any real true thought and watch the show, it's not anything like that.
Yeah, it's not.
The joke was relatively funny. Now, I'll say this. I did. I thought it was relatively funny.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll say this. When he was on the Breakfast Club, he was very defensive. and comedians are crybabies when it comes to their jokes being
taken out of
context.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's his fault because, I mean, you are that show's showrunner. You know how it's going to be edited.
Yeah.
You know? So you can't really blame any of these people who actually came out at you online or anything like that, or what was published in the media, because it's exactly what we saw.
Yeah.
For face value as a whole.
It's such a raw show.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You know, there's so much stuff that people can get on you about, or be mad at you, not be mad, but be that kind of poking you at about your life, you know. But you just have to just take it on the chin and roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
I would explain myself a little bit too. I'm not gonna lie, but because I feel like everybody just takes everything so fucking serious. It's my bedroom. Even if I was doing some slave activity, that's my business. But I happen to say something to you guys. But he got so defensive. I was like, bro, don't over talk it.
I respect his defensiveness in defending the person he
is
involved with and he loves. That I respect, because he did say, like, I don't like that when it comes to him. You can talk shit about me all day, which, again, I respect. Totally, because I feel the same way. Talk shit about me all you want to.
But that one right there is mine.
Right.
That one belonged to me.
I hurt you over that one type shit. And I respect it and love it. But also, like, you aren't... you're not free of this criticism, because it's exactly what we got the chance to see on face value from our viewing perspectives, and it was what was edited and handed to a studio and greenlit to go up, so you can't be mad at it.
I think you just gotta take a look at it and be like, everybody got assholes.
Yeah.
It's just like everybody got an opinion. So I didn't like how he seemed like he was just so mad about it, but whatever.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting growing experience for him in all this. It's been really interesting to
sorry, I got something in my throat.
I think what is really interesting is the aspect of him apologizing to Dave Chappelle.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Did he do it?
He actually did. He apologized to Dave Chappelle, and he said that he wished he would have took it on a more private standpoint, maybe DM'd or called him, because he is right in saying that, like, or the public rather was right in saying that, like, yo, dog, it's comedy. And, like, as a fan, you can ask more of the person who's giving you their art. You can. Like, you can ask of more. However, when it comes down to being as critical and seeing it as a transgression against his comedy, and that he may have, like, fallen off or whatever, or, you know, you want him to be more worldly and didn't actually say it in the right way, that's on you. Like, I can appreciate him actually, like, apologizing for things and really standing the ground on how he felt about, like, him and his relationship. But take the criticism at hand, learn from it, and then move on and be better, dog, too. Because you can really be pointing the same finger at yourself in this, because a lot of your comedy over the last few years has been all about the gay shit that you do.
Yeah, you came out and then that's all you talk about, and it's kind of a therapy fest, like I said last week.
Yeah.
And I just want the jokes.
Exactly.
So you can't say that somebody else needs to do this, but you're doing the same.
Right.
You're doing similar things.
Exact same thing. Yeah.
I know you had some AI stuff that you been wanting to tell me
about. All right. So it wasn't necessarily AI. It was more in the robotics realm, but they are honestly the same thing, because they work the same way.
They're in the universe.
So one exciting thing that I've seen, and also ultimately really fucking terrifying, is Boston Dynamics. They're the company, the big major robot company out here. You've seen them have, like, the dogs and shit, and the robots that do the backflips and stuff. That's Atlas. The first version of Atlas, those robots. They have now retired those robots and now have made a brand new one. It's the Atlas 2 is what I'm calling it. I don't know what their profession, but it is Atlas, a version of, which is really exciting. The thing that's terrifying about this is it can rotate every one of its articulatable, like, joints and things. So it can stand, like, it could lay on the ground and, like, rotate its legs and then its hip up and then rotate its whole torso and head around. And it's complete stuff of nightmares, bro.
He's doing the Terminator dance.
I swear to God, it made me think of like a T-1000 and up, bro.
Do you not feel like that's where we're heading that way in a blink of eye? We talk about
swear to God
robots and AI, and we're just like yeah, and then we look and it just keeps coming more and more shit.
It's
with AI. So I'm like, y'all get ready for Back to the Future. Get ready for I Am Robots.
Like the only thing that like it looked like that. It looked like Sonny from I Am Robot, except it doesn't have the humanoid face. We're so close to that. Yeah. It's scary the way it moves, and I'm glad it doesn't have a face. But even its vacant like screen face is enough to give you nightmares. Look, I'm impressed by the tech. I love how it's growing.
Yeah,
I am also super ready for the robot rebellion.
It's gonna happen, and I'ma lead it.
For sure.
Do you have any last words of wisdom you want to give to the people before we head out?
Y'all have a safe weekend out there, yo.
Have fun, turn up. If you went to Coachella, send me pictures. I hope I can go next year, the year after, the year after.
All the years, huh? You really trying to get me out of here.
I just want to hang out with Jaden Smith.
Hug it up on Justin Bieber's butt.
Oh gosh, they were just embracing each other. Yeah. But NT ways, you guys remember, we drop our new episodes every Friday on all streaming platforms. Yeah. YouTube, we also are on there, you guys. Yeah. Every Sunday at Ideally Though Pod.
Share,
like, subscribe.
Shit.
Yeah, please like, subscribe, catch us on YouTube, and we're gonna talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Yeah.